welcome back to Turning Pages with Bree. I am so glad that you are spending some of your TIME time here with me on this video. So I am going to be talking to you quickly. Oh, please like, share, subscribe, all the things, right? Thank you so much. And anyone that is new, thank you for joining me on this one. And anyone that is returning, again, thank you so much. Hopefully you are enjoying the content. So anyways, I want to just wrap up the month of November because in a couple days is Thanksgiving and I am going to be cooking. My time is going to be dedicated to cooking because I actually don't have but the one day off, and I actually have to work the day after. And of course, I'm off on the weekends, but I probably will just be doing stuff with my family, and I won't get a whole lot of reading done, and the month is kind of get away from me in the next 4 to 5 days. I just won't be sitting down, picking up my books or concentrating on listening to any. So because of that, and because I am actually in the middle of about 4 books that I am not more than 50%, well, one of them I am about 60% done, but I don't feel like I'm going to finish that one before the end of the month because I am reading it on my Kindle, and as you know, I can be a slow reader. It's possible I could actually finish it if I tried, but I'm not really going to try because I'm going to be doing other things. So anyways, on to the point of this video. Again, I am doing a wrap up every, week, so to speak, of the books that I have kind of completed as I'm completing them so that I can give you a better understanding of what I read. And hopefully maybe you like this style of a wrap up. So this one, I've only completed 2 books. And they were good. One is called Someone Knows, and this was a new author to me, by Keeland. She's kind of been on my radar because I have been like seeing her books in Barnes and Noble. When I go there, I kind of glance at them and just really hadn't locked down to read anything by her, but went ahead and got this one off of my Libby app, the library app, Libby. And it was good. It was like a psychological thriller. You're in the mind of this young woman and going through basically her dealing with someone has written, like, I'm sorry, let me go back a little bit. She is a teacher, a professor, I think at a university, and she has been sent some chapters of a book from someone mysteriously to read. And so she said, this is like the first opening part of the book. She settles in to read these chapters that have been sent to her anonymously, so to speak. Well, sort of anonymously, by a name that's not familiar to her. And so she settles in, she starts reading the chapters that's sent to her, and it sounds vaguely and then almost extremely familiar as to something that has transpired in her life in the past when she was younger. I mean, almost exactly to the T. And so that, of course, puts her spidey senses up. She is trying to figure out, does someone know about something that has transpired in her life that she's left behind many years ago? And you go on this wild ride of scenarios with her, trying to figure out who is this and who knows what happened in her past and who could this possibly be, because it's only certain people that know, and that's it. And I'm not going to get any more into because it's a thriller. So if I get into much of the weeds of what's going on, it won't be that thrilling to you, and you already know. So I'm not going to give you no spoilers, but I can tell you that this author, from what I'm seeing, she writes thrillers, but she also writes romance. So I love both thrillers and romance. So I am going to definitely pick up one of her romance books because I want to see what her romance is like. But I enjoyed this. I gave it a 3.5 stars. I think it was it wasn't like the best thriller I ever read, but it was memorable. It kept me wanting to, complete it and pick it up, which to me, that's what a thriller does. And I really did not guess, what was happening or what had happened. So I think that entails to a good thriller. It definitely gave me what I needed. And if you are looking for someone new to check out, I don't know, Keeland. She was new to me, and I am definitely going to be reading some more of her thrillers. And also, I'm going to pick up her romance book, a couple of her romance books. Possibly not this year. Anyways, the other book I read is Capone II. All right, I'm in this Capone universe by Miss Jaquel J, the Delgado family. Everybody's already talked about it, so I am not going to spend a ton of time talking about this book. Of course, it is a romance, what they call urban fiction book, and she does it very well. She leaves me with a cliffhanger, so much so that I really wanted to go ahead and dive into book 3. But I said I'm going to give it just a moment before I pick up book 3. But I'm diving in. I am going to pick up book 3 because I got to know. So I'm wrapped up in it now, and I got to know what's happening. It's a drama. It's a lot of things going on, and in this particular book, it deals more with what's not only going on with Capone and Aaron, I think that's her name, that love story, but it's also dealing with his sister more so, and her husband, what is it, Naheem, I think it is, and they also start giving you bits, like little crumbs of his brother Capodonna, because Capodonna is the next story that you pick up after you finish Capone. So, all right, of course, I always run into this storage issue, so I'm going to wrap this up as quick as I can. Capodonna 2 was good. It left me with a cliffhanger, like I said, and I want to go ahead and get that Capodonna 3 in, and I will before the end of the year. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this one. I tried to make it a little shorter because it was only 2 books. And of course, I don't want to give away those spoilers. I gotta, keep it interesting. But I hopefully gave you enough to where you may want to read it and pick it up, because I did. Anywho, thank you so much for watching, and I will definitely see you on the next one.